Oh, hey there, everybody. It's me, Greg Miller from the GameOverGreggy Show, here to talk to you about movement watches. That's right. You're looking at a movement watch. Kevin tried to see my secret paper, but I won't let him see it. Hey, there's the thing. I'm here to tell you about our sponsor, Movement Watches. Movement Watches, which is MVMT Watches, was founded on the belief that style shouldn't break the bank. The watchmaker's goal is to change the way consumers think about fashion by offering high-quality, minimalist products at revolutionary prices. We get it, ladies and gentlemen. Holiday shopping can be tough, but thanks to Movement Watches, all that gift-giving anxiety can disappear with the press of the button. These watches make a perfect purchase for anyone in your life, guy or girl. And remember, they start at $95. Seriously, they sent a whole bunch of these watches to us. Go, Kev! Kevin! This is... They sent us a bunch of these watches. This is my black one with the black face and the red things, and I like it quite a bit. I was going to wear it to a wedding, but I forgot it here at the office. Don't do that when you go to weddings, otherwise you don't have a movement watch. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, right now you can get 15% off with free shipping and free returns by going to movementwatches.com/kinda. This watch has a really clean design. Seriously, I get compliments from you guys in the comments all the time, except when you're like, why are there so many ads? Now is the time to step up your watch game. Go to mvmtwatches.com/kinda. Ha! Colin,
yes.
What's your topic?
Well, today I went to the eye doctor because I was talking to I think I mentioned this to you guys too at dinner again last night, but to other people where I'm like, I let these I have a little bump on my arm or a little, so I'll let it go for a while.
You keep bringing up the bump on the arm. Do you have a bump on your arm?
No, but no. Just as an example, I had skin cancer and I didn't know for years because I was just like, that's fine. So
I have a question about the eye doctor. Is it true you will go blind?
No, it's not true. Well, hopefully not. Because that would be terrible, and then I would have to have someone put a gun in my mouth.
Okay.
So
be different.
But not pull the trigger. It's just you never know because you can't see it.
Now choke me.
Well, it helps you.
Yeah. And it could maybe not be a gun. It could be something else. So I went to the eye doctor. I was having problems with I have great vision, but there was something. My left eye was bothering me, and so it's gone away. But I don't fuck around with it. The reason I bring up the bumps on the arm is I can let this stuff go forever. But when it's my eyes, I immediately go to the doctor because I'm like, I can't fuck around with this. Mm-hmm. So I get the normal rigmarole, whatever. They don't dilate the eyes anymore now. They take those really cool pictures.
They don't puff in your eye either.
Oh, they don't?
Right?
No. I used to tense up. I still do when they're like, all right, we're gonna.
It feels like an attack. It's an invasion of your privacy.
You walk around looking like you're absolutely stoned. You're like, dude, you okay? It's like, it's so bright. Oh my god.
Remember when you were a kid and your parents would come back with those wraparound the
hell yeah, dude. The
on?
Roy Orbison glasses.
Yeah.
So
I have literally no idea what you guys are talking about.
Are you serious?
When's the last time you went to the eyes?
Oh man.
I've been to the optometrist once, I think, in my entire life.
Yeah,
I wonder, and so here's the thing. There's a chance that your vision's horrible right now.
It's 100% possible.
Because if you were to go to the doctor, it could be a life-changing experience.
My wife had that same thing happen to her. She was like, I'm getting these weird headaches, and it's hard for me to read. She went. And he's like, yeah, you need glasses.
Does she get glasses?
Yeah, it's super hot.
She get a divorce you? Or?
What's that?
What?
It's like a whole new person. Yeah. She has 2 different pairs now.
That was good.
She play librarian a lot?
I play librarian with her.
Are you the librarian?
Yeah, so wait, you're putting the books away?
Yeah.
She's shushing her?
She keeps shushing him.
Or do you do like the Ghostbusters librarian where just shh.
It's more like I'm like the one that's menstruating. Was she not menstruating?
We never got an answer. Remember, he interrupts him.
Yeah, so rude.
Remember being a kid, I was like, I don't understand what menstruating is.
Yeah.
The mom had explained that.
Remember when you called your mom sexy?
I do remember that. Thanks for bringing that one back up. Yeah.
That's why on Pornhub, the 4th most searched term is mom. That's correct.
But no, 3 times though. It's mom, stepmom, and MILF.
Yeah.
What is? I'm not gonna get into
bring it up. What do you got?
What is with the whole brother, sister, stepmom thing?
Well, so here's the thing.
That's one
Please
of those
tell me the
fetishes.
thing.
I know
was
the thing. I know the thing.
it.
This goes back to what we were talking about earlier. People are searching for teen not because they're looking for little kids, for 13 to 17.
Yeah.
It's because they're looking for young. People are searching for mom and MILF not because they're looking for moms and MILFs, but because they're looking for older women. I think that's what it is.
Yeah,
Because
because
you go
if you type
older
in-
woman is like, I'm 90.
See, here's the thing:
You get grandma.
I
You get
think
gilfs.
that the teen thing and I think that stepmom thing are tied back to when you are young and horny. Right when you're
Greg.
Bill and Ted's.
This sounds like it's going in a bad place.
No.
Call me.
I'm with you because Bill and Ted's even did the whole thing. It had the edible complex. It was Ted was absolutely had a crush on Missy Mom.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm thinking more of like when I think about my horniest, right? When I'm just fucking jacking off all the goddamn time, right? I think about high school, right? When you like your hormones are percolating, you're fucking coming all over the place.
Well, okay, never mind. I thought
Sometimes when Greg talks
like,
about it, it's like it's a 50-50 shot as to whether he's ever done it before. You know what I mean?
if this was live, I would love to see the metrics to where it's like, it's oh
But teen, you want to think about like all the teenagers you didn't bang, all these cheerleaders who did whatever
all the
the fuck
moms
they
you
did.
didn't bang because when you're young,
So are you
you
saying
want friends
it's
have hot moms.
nostalgic?
Thank you.
I see. Okay, so that's and we were talking about nostalgia, which is painful memories.
Shut up.
You should probably do that topic
I know
sometime on the show.
Man, I thought I had a fucking revelation.
But
I probably
back to
should
your
stop
eyes.
smoking. So my eyes. I went and got my eyes checked out, and they did fine. Like they were like, I was like, my eye hurts. She's like, everything looks fine.
It's like
You have
there's a
tw-
tortilla chip back here.
It's an old tortilla chip. I don't understand. She's like, you have 20/20 vision, which you had for a while. Your glasses are for
so
distance,
sorry.
and you see better than 20/20 with your glasses on or whatever, which is awesome. So,
You're super
but she found this little thing where she's like, this thing has been developing in your eye for like 4 years. This small thing that's getting like a little bit bigger and bigger. And she named it. And she's like, I'm not really worried about it. Come back in 6 months, and we'll take another picture and we'll monitor or whatever. But it made me think, like, which is a classic question. And believe it or not, we looked at the document because I was like, we must have, because Tim always ruins my fucking life.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got an idea, guys. I even wrote it down, and it's like we did that literally 2 weeks ago.
Superhero movies.
And it's a classic thing that I think people talk about when they're children and around a bar or whatever. When you're at a bar, it's a random question, which is 5 senses. If you had to lose one sense to protect the other 4 in perpetuity, so in other words, you could literally go and sacrifice preemptively one of your senses to make sure that none of the other 4 would ever be affected, and that you would be perfect. So perfect hearing, perfect vision, whatever. Which one would you lose? And to me, it would be feeling, touch.
Oh, no way. No way. I can't. You want to know why? Stick with me.
Oh God.
Superman the animated series.
Yeah.
God
John Corbin. John Corbin, right?
Yep.
He gets in bed with Lex Luthor or whatever. They make him Metallo. Then he realizes he can't feel anything. Luthor says, don't worry, we'll be able to do some adjustments. He's like, great. It doesn't happen. He never gets it. He's like, what? And he's like, oh, those adjustments were for you to make. And then Corbin goes crazy and starts tearing off his flesh and fighting Superman, doing all this different stuff. But when he kisses Lois Lane, when he reaches out and touches people, he can't feel anything. That would be a nightmare. You never know how hard you're squeezing something.
But think about what else you'd have to give up.
Comparatively
What else you'd have to give up?
Well, and that's where it gets into the Sophie's choice between taste and smell.
Yeah.
They're intrinsically tied.
They are, but like, because this is the way I kind of looked at it, right? Because obviously losing feeling you obviously lose the ability to know pain and all those kinds of things, also sex and all those kinds of things. But is it smell would be the obvious one, except for it's so intrinsically tied to taste. So, and I love eating because that's like, would you rather eat for the rest of your life and eat good food and be able to do that, or would you rather have sex? And the answer, frankly, is that I'd rather eat. And that's
I was guessing yours. I wasn't saying mine, by the way.
I would like if someone was like, you can only eat and enjoy that, or you can only have sex, which is a finite thing in your life. By the time you're 45, 50, 55, 60, it's over. Like, unless you're taking pills and all those things. Yes, especially for you, Kevin. So
Kevin ain't making it
no,
different.
It's true.
So my whole thing is like, and that would protect it in perpetuity, right? But you would be able to protect your feeling, like your sex in perpetuity too. So the thing is that the feeling would always be there, and you would
Feeling's more than just sex, though. You know what I mean? It's a nice scratch to the back. It's tucking the hair.
Sure,
behind the
but
ear.
you wouldn't if you get rid of taste or smell, you're losing your taste.
So
But
conflicted
so an
right
important
now.
thing to,
Oh, yeah, I
to
would
keep
say
in mind though
yeah.
is if taste doesn't matter, then you can just eat,
It
a bunch
matters.
It does. It's sweet,
But you can eat a bunch of salads and be fine,
Yep.
and
You'd
you'd be
be fit as
super
shit.
fit. You'd be super good, and then you get Daredevil sex. So the sex feels even better than normal because Daredevil you can't see, so all of a sudden his other senses
World
are
on
so
fire.
much better.
Yeah.
That's okay. So that's a good caveat. Would your other senses only be protected? Would they be heightened?
Presumably, they do say like when you're deaf or whatever, you see better or whatever, vice versa.
That's just you. As
So
a
it's possible.
predator.
I mean, that could be a caveat as well.
So I get to fuck better.
Would I have
I'm down
predator
for that.
vision?
I
need
don't know if I would go that far, but we're not androids. But so that's my thing. It's like I don't want to lose any of them.
Yeah,
but
no,
I
that's
think
the
that I
thing.
would probably lose feeling.
But the problem is you'd burn your hand, you'd break your leg. There's so many things where I don't think you would, like if you can't feel, you don't even know your legs crossed, right? Like you don't know your legs asleep and you try to stand up on it and it falls.
wouldn't be able
You
to.
turn into Kevin is really what it is. Because when you were earlier, you were talking
he
about
definitely feels pain.
the feeling thing, and
does
just like
feel
you were saying,
perturbation.
like you don't know how hard you're grabbing this
Yeah.
stuff. That's how Kevin lives his life.
No.
like he just is running around. All his limbs are flying everywhere, and smashing things and shit. Like that's just Kevin. You know,
Sure.
crushing Paula at all times.
Yeah.
Like
Sure.
that.
All right, well, let's
he'll
do-
never know what that
We know
feels
Paula would love to
Let's
lose
go-
all
wait.
sensation.
Yeah.
Let me go through process of elimination
Can I
here.
choose all of them?
So if I had to give up my sight, that means that I'd never see my wife. I would never see my kids if we have any. I would never see sunset. I'd never see all the beautiful poetic things, right?
You would never know how cool your socks are.
True.
How good your scarf is.
People could tell me, like, dude, you're dressed on point, and I'm like wearing like a mix of
one
plaids.
tier.
You know, I mean, the worst thing that could possibly happen to
Wearing
you.
like a Coca-Cola shirt.
Or, no,
But then,
yeah.
but that's the thing
I mean,
though, is
God,
when you
no, I
don't
never-
know, then you can just be that much cooler, and all of a sudden everything's that much better. Like, have you ever seen like Ray Charles not having a great time?
Yes,
in
it
any
was
footage?
about the majority of his life,
You
and
ever
he was a
seen
heroin
Stevie
addict.
Wonder? Ever
That's
not have a
debatable
great
though, because
time?
heroin is a hell of a drug.
So there is.
Hell of a drug.
I would say that I don't think I would want to give up those. I wouldn't want to give up being able to see those things.
No more video games, Tim.
I
No more Pokemon.
I know.
I would never want to not be able to hear some music. I would never not want to be able to hear. This is my nerd. My nerd is classical music. So, like, there's a Bach piece from the St. Matthew's Passion that if I could never hear that piece again, or
Jungle Boogie.
yeah, classics.
Great.
If I could
Great
never
music.
hear that stuff again, and again I go super sappy, but if I couldn't hear my wife laughs crazy, if I could never hear that again, I would cry. So I couldn't give up those two. The sense of touch and feeling, I don't know how that would work. Like, I would have no sensory awareness.
There's a great animated series, Superman show. I'll show you that really covers this.
Okay. This is the Metallo thing?
Yeah.
She already covered it. So I'm up to speed.
Can you touch Troy again?
Just it wasn't a touch, it was a caress.
Yeah, that was
it was like a loving
that was-
caress.
that was
We've been
everything.
friends a long time.
Is the
Nothing's
touch
like
thing a thing? Because obviously there's deaf people and there's blind people. Are there people that can't feel?
I knew a
There are
guy.
people-
Oh, Kevin has a story. Go ahead,
Oh,
Kevin.
sorry.
I'm sure it's fascinating.
No, there are people that can't feel pain, and that's a really, really bad thing. I mean, I know that's just one aspect
Sure.
of thing, but it's like there's a lot of things you don't think about being not being able to feel pain. Like little babies will bite through their tongue constantly.
Fuck.
and
Yeah,
through their
imagine like
fingers.
whenever you come out from the dentist and you can't feel your mouth, and all of a sudden you're chewing your
Yeah.
tongue.
Bloody everywhere. Yeah.
Also-
yeah.
Restroom stuff. Like when you don't know that you have to go poop because you don't feel that urge.
Oh,
See,
no.
that's-
Guess what you do every couple
Colin, you
hours?
poop all the time.
Also, but like imagine
shit
if you
your pants.
Imagine if like
interesting.
if you didn't feel anything. Imagine if your like insides hurt and you didn't know why, and you wouldn't be able to feel it, and you're having like some sort of weird aneurysm.
So
And you're
this
dying.
leads us to a great tangential thing.
Yeah. The
Welcome
animated
to the
series
Game
Superman.
Gets
Overgreggy
us
show.
off
Tim Daly.
of him being able to say something else about Superman.
Oh, you you want to
just
test me,
wait.
Baker? You want to see if I can get this back to Superman?
He reads a lot of comics. I just want you to know.
Pain is not an enemy. Pain is a friend. Pain lets us know something's wrong. Pain lets us know you've got something on your eye. Pain lets us know you got a bump on your arm. You got skin cancer. Pain lets us know you're sick. Pain lets us know that it's our alarm system of going something's wrong. The fact that we are, to go back to more of a political thing, that we are the most self-medicated, with it's the Wild West when it comes to that. Where there's no checks and balances.
Like pills,
I can
things
go.
like that.
Yeah, I can go to several different, and I know so many people right now that are functioning addicts on medicine. They're given a prescription for something that they're given a prescription from this doctor for this thing. These two doctors aren't talking to each other, so they're given a doctor for this thing. And you look at just the people this year that have died from a drug overdose, from prescriptions, from things that their doctor gave them to help them feel better. It's not heroin. Some of them are forms of opiates, but for the majority, these are things where people that we trust to say, "Can you please help me? I'm in pain." And they go, "This is what you need." No, it's not. What you need to do is sit down and talk to somebody about why you're feeling this amount of depression. And I'm not in any way diminishing anybody's depression. I do believe that there are chemical imbalances. I believe that there are serious, serious issues that people need to deal with. I'm not saying you're just sad, go get over it. But I don't believe that we're not meant to be on a prescription medicine for our entire life. And I think that one of the reasons why is because we view pain as something bad as opposed to something that's really, really beautiful. And that means it's our body working. So no, I would not give up my sense of touch, Because as Kirk said in Star Trek 4, I need my pain. My pain is what makes me who I am. I'm not going to, negate a choice that I made just because it would rob me of pain or take away my pain. I want that pain to be there. Did you like the reference?
Star Trek
It's
was
a really,
good.
really good
Five,
one. Yeah,
though.
Star,
I think
Hey,
it was 5.
can you
no,
just
Star Trek
5 was
five.
Final Frontier.
5 was Final
4 was one with the
Frontier.
whales.
4 is
I just remember
Voyage
that.
Home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Can
an
you-
excellent pull, by the
Yeah.
way.
can you just join us on the show like every week?
It's
Because
fun.
you're really cool.
Thanks,
come up.
man.
I like you a lot.
No, I mean, I hear that like that's a tangent. I don't want to go off on, but yeah, but
I did. You got
but-
yours.
No, just the concept of where medicine is and how doctors are sort of forced to dole out pills and they don't actually can't spend time with patients for various reasons.
But they're not forced. They're not forced. They're coerced and they're incentivized to do so.
Yeah,
It's uniquely
so-
American, I think, too.
What's that?
In terms of our
Yes.
heavily medicated things, very uniquely American.
Well, yeah, it's very fascinating. There's my wife was looking into other alternatives to that, and I think she came across. I don't think I can't remember what they're called. Not holistic doctors, but they're doctors that will actually sit down and do. Like they'll sit with you for 2 hours. They'll run all sorts of labs and do like a full workup on you first before they give you any sort of recommendation as to what to do if you're in pain or if you're suffering from something. Just because they want to know the full spectrum of what could be causing anything, which I think is very, very fascinating. Obviously, it's very expensive, which sucks that our healthcare can't really support that. But I mean, they'll look at nutrition as the number one thing that could be causing you problems in your life. First and foremost, like what are you putting in your body? What's going into your gut? How is that having effects on your brain? How is that having effects on your immune system? All that stuff. It's very, very fascinating. But there's just not a lot of, and the problem with pills obviously is that you're not getting, there's not enough, like they're not focused enough for specific problems, especially mental problems. And that's what a lot of people have issues with, is that it's kind of a one pill fits all sort of solution. And that's unfortunate.
Is it anesthetizer?
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the problem. Is right. It's masking the symptoms, but not the
the
underlying issue. So I'm with you on that for sure. I always talk to Greg about we talk about nutrition every once in a while when because he's trying to quit Team Fat, and
I thought you were leading to a joke.
I
I
don't-
was going to be part of, not against me.
I
I'm
want
sorry,
you
I
to
apologize.
change. I've actually had conversations about this. I want you to just change one letter.
And Team
change-
Fit?
Yeah, dude.
No way. Never.